Good morning, I'm Aubrey Sassoon, your worship associate this morning. While our Sunday worship this morning, May 31st, will soon be streamed, we thought that it's important to preface it with this disclaimer. Due to the nature of our online worship format, many of the components of our service are recorded ahead of time, sometimes as much as a week. And so when events develop quickly, we're less able to give them the immediate space to process as we might otherwise during an in-person service. This week has been a hard one, and for none more so than our Black and African American friends, family, and community members. The threat of violence against Christian Cooper in New York, the murder of George Floyd at the hands of police in Minneapolis, and of Tony McDade in Tallahassee, just to name the recent few, are tragic and enraging and have inspired thousands upon thousands of people to come out and protest across the country and across the world against the treatment of Black persons, particularly men, in our white-centered culture. And as a leader in our UUSM community and your worship associate this morning, I want to take this opportunity to affirm that the violence that was leveled at these men and the loss of some of their lives weighs heavily on our community. To be true friends, allies, and accomplices to the glory of the lives of people in our community who are different from us, we have to open ourselves bravely to accountability and not perform acts of solidarity simply for social clout, but because they are the right thing to do as we live into the principles of our UU faith and beliefs. Some protests, including those here in LA, have developed elements of what some call rioting or looting, and many are familiar with the quote of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "A riot is the language of the unheard." It's an expression of the anger and the heartache and the loss and the trauma of generations after generations of people who have been told that their pain is lesser and their futures are not their own to build, and that to protest or resist this will never be acceptable. As a white individual, I have not grown up with that burden, nor have my brother or my sister or my mother or father, and I can't comprehend, nor will I ever, the full extent to which that affects a person. And so I refuse to be the judge of how anyone responds when that pain is prodded to the surface. In our own church, we'll be working soon to build space for those who are most directly affected as they process these events and aspects of our community and society. As I sit here this Saturday night, unsure still what might happen between now and service. As a citywide curfew has come into effect, I hope that the worship we present to you can still bring solace and support to any who need it. And I'm glad that you are here with us.